Welcome to Metaphysical Soul Speak. I'm your host, Elena Fox Starks. Hey guys, I hope you're doing really well in this moment in time. And that whenever and wherever you happen to be, regardless of what timeline you're on right now, regardless of how many timelines you've hopped this week and how many more you're going to hop this weekend, I hope that you are picking and choosing the best possible reality for yourself. Now, it sounds so easy, but how do you do that, Elena? That sounds crazy. Yeah, it sounds a little crazy, but it's just simple quantum mechanics, right? When you couple it with spirituality, that's kind of where we get metaphysics from. It's kind of like a nice balance between the two things. I mean, at least that's the way I look at it, but this is what you do. Always pick the high road. Always pick the best possible choice between two choices, the one that brings you the highest vibrational energy. Now, what do? How do you figure it out? Like, say you're trying to pick between two things. Maybe it's two different pieces of pie or two different t-shirts. Say you're shopping at a store and you want to pick one and you don't have money for both. Which one do you pick? Or maybe you have plans with people and there are two different people, two different sets of plans. Which set of plans are going to be the highest vibration for you? What do? Well, you clear your energy field. You take a deep breath and just let it out. Do that 2 to 3 times. Just so it clears your head for the moment. And then what you do is you imagine that you're standing in, this is how I imagine it. You don't have to imagine this exactly, but I imagine that I have an energy field around my body, which we all do, and it's like a cylinder, the way I look at it. Kind of like a habit trail for a hamster, and it's up and down, and I imagine that almost like a plunger, like there's, like the energy is coming from above and is white, bright, amazing energy that's filled with the highest vibration and all possibilities, and just kind of plunges down through my body. All the negativity, all the thoughts of doubts, fear, guilt, shame, anything negative that I don't like, just clear that crap out right now. Just woo! And I just allow it to go down deep into the earth where the earth will heal that energy. And then I imagine right in front of me 3 bodies that look like my body. You could call them they look like ghosts, kind of, but they're you. It's like a reflection of you. And this is just a metaphor to help you to visualize it better. So the first one, so you can imagine that's your mental body with all the mental clutter, all the news stories that you heard that you didn't want to hear, but just blah, and all the frazzled energy that people have around you, all the things you've heard people say, all the things that are just like blah energy, you know what I mean? When you're just like, I don't want to look at that. I don't want to think about that. That's too icky for me to even contemplate. And all the things of all the weird things you've thought, like, what was the website again? Like the weird junk files that are stuck in your mental body. What was it? Was it www what? And all the things you're thinking, the overthinking that you're doing, and the minor detail thinking, and all this stuff gets like junk. It's like just debris in your energy field, in your mental body. So if you imagine in front of you, there's your mental body, and your mental body is got all the debris in it, kind of like, white cat hair on a black suit, or or like lint, just like lint, or however you want to look at it. As if you were wet and you rolled around in sand, and the debris is clinging on to that the mental body. So you imagine the same thing, like put your mental body in an energy form that looks maybe like a hamster habit trail. Maybe you have a different thing that sounds better than that for you, and just imagine the plunger coming down, or the energy just kind of maybe like the hair dryer from God. That could be another, just that energy is going to come down and blow out all that debris. And you can imagine like a hair dryer from God, just, blow that, all the debris off. Now your mental body is clear. Then you could put in front of you your spiritual body, your astral body, which will be mostly clear, but it might not be. So you just for good housekeeping, you just blow dry that, all the debris off of your spiritual body, or just let it drain. Another way you could think about it is the feet in your spiritual and mental and emotional bodies have holes in the bottom that you are like levers you can move out, and through the holes of your feet, it all just drains out all the debris, all the things you don't need anymore. So the astral body could be if you had bad dreams, and those dreams are eating away at you slowly over the course of the day. Like, I would never say that. Why did I dream I said that? I can't believe I dreamt that this person would hurt me when this person would never hurt me. I know that person would never hurt me. Why would I dream that? And like all those weird dreamy things, or if you've astral projected to a place you didn't want to go, like if you astral projected to a bar and you picked up an entity, or, if you astral projected somewhere and you saw people doing something that you didn't really want to see. Like when I was really young, I was in my 20s, I astral projected to Bangkok, Thailand, and I witnessed a bombing. And I woke up and I was like, that was so real. I felt like I was really there. And it was the first time I'd ever been there, and I was really mad about it. Like the one time I go and I'm astral projected and I witnessed a bombing, and I was really annoyed. And I went to school, and they came back that night, watched the news, and sure enough, I had seen the bombing. I was there in my astral body and witnessed it. Whoa, right? Totally crazy stuff. So, just stuff like that. And I think I might have went a little bit ahead in time, and I didn't understand how did I see exactly what I now just saw on the news. It was like 13 hours later or something that was on the news. It really freaked me out. I was like, that kind of debris gets in your spiritual body. If someone tries to attach themselves to you, dead people trying to push on your head, they're going to affect your spiritual body as well as your mental body. If you're a psychic medium and you don't know that one of your jobs here on earth is to help people cross over to the other side, they'll start pushing on your head to get your attention, and then you get a headache and you feel blah, so you have to clean your mental body and your spiritual body for that. And so that's just part of the debris that gets stuck in there. So you have to just take a deep breath, and when you let it go, you allow however you want to visualize it, God's hair dryer, or just a plunger plunging through the hamster habit trail. It's just like the way I look at it. Just we're going to shove all the debris energy down, and then your body, your mental body, your spiritual body fill back up with white light, and it's pure and it's pristine like fresh snow. Okay, it's just so bright and beautiful. And if you imagine fresh snow with the sunlight shining off it with all the little rainbow colors of the glittery snow, you can imagine it like that if you want. And then we come to the other body. So you've done your physical body, you've done your mental body, your spiritual body. Come to your emotional body. Ooh, yeah, your emotional body. That's where you get the real debris, right? That's the one you need to clean probably maybe even more often than the others, because if someone says something and it hurts your emotions, it hurts your feelings. If you watch a sad video or a sad movie and it makes you cry, if you start thinking about the past and you feel regret and shame and sorrow and sadness, it's just the emotion, and you feel the energy of the emotions. If someone near you is depressed or even worse, suicidal, you'll feel that energy if you're sensitive, especially if you're a highly sensitive person, and it all gets stuck. It's debris in your emotional body. And if someone is very depressed and sad and feels horrible, and then the next day they get over it and they feel better, but that's still stuck in your emotional body, and then you get together with that person again, they're going to pick up on their own energy inside your emotional body again. And that's going to affect them again, which will in turn affect and infect you again. And it just becomes a vicious cycle. So the best way to get rid of this is just the same thing. The hamster habit trail, just kind of, the plunger or God's blow dryer, or you come up with your own metaphor. Maybe you're standing on the ocean and you imagine that you're standing on the shore and the wave comes and washes over you. Just get rid of it. Get rid of all that debris, all the negative energy. Imagine that it just goes off into the ether, and it gets dissipated and transmuted and transformed. Or you can imagine it going down into the earth. That's one I always do. But however you want to imagine, you can imagine that maybe there's an energy. I don't want to say tornado, because too many of those going on in the world today. But if you want to imagine a wind, a gentle breeze, or a little bit of a gale force wind coming through and just cleansing your physical body and your emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. And you just got to keep cleaning house that way. Just clear all your body, because you have more than one body. And in reality world, they're not in front of you in three separate bodies that look like you. They're actually inside your body, but they're not. They're separate but together, kind of. And your soul is who you are, right? And your soul is enormous, and it's so much bigger than your physical body. So your soul is kind of like overlaying your physical body. That's what animates your physical body, but it's not crammed inside your physical body, although it feels like kind of like you're cramped inside your body sometimes, because you're forcing all your soul energy into your body, and your mental body is there. Everything's all compressed into one thing. But the way I look at it, it's like I separate it out like a schematic, I don't know if you've ever dealt with colors or like t-shirts, when they do layered t-shirts of various colors, they'll do like the white layer, the black layer, the, red layer, blue layer, yellow layer, and it's various amounts of each color. And then at the end, you have like this beautiful t-shirt with all the different colors, but they have to do several passes of each color. At least that's what they used to do, I think, in silk screening, something like that. I remember I went through like a weird at Magic Mountain when I was a very young adult. I went there and I watched them do t-shirts, and I'm like, how do you do the t-shirts? How come it takes so long to get one t-shirt done? And they're like, okay, we're going to show you how this works. And I was like, whoa. I was like super, super fascinated by it. And I feel like, but there's like several layers, right? And just like in a schematic for a building, you might see, here's a schematic for the electrical system. Here's a schematic for, the building structure. And then there's another schematic for like the heating and air conditioning ducts, right? But then when you put it all together, then you get a clear, full picture of the building. But in order to see things, you got to separate it out. And I feel like that's the same thing with all of our different bodies: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual bodies. And so I separate it out in my mind, and then I work on each individually. That way I could kind of see what's there a little bit. I could feel what's there. So once you clean everything out, now you're going to make a decision between two things. Once you're completely clear, now what? That was the original question, right? So then you look at two things. So if you say you're at a restaurant, you're trying to decide, between, you want to know, do I want a sandwich? Do I want a salad? Between the two things. So you think, okay, all right, grilled cheese sandwich with French fries. That's a nice choice. Okay. And then you think about it and you think about eating it and you imagine it in your stomach and you imagine it an hour later and imagine all the energy of it. And if it makes you feel like, oh, I feel like I'm nourished, I feel good, I feel amazing. Or when I think about it right now, I feel like I'm getting a little bit of an indigestion-y feel. I'm getting a little bit of a, like it's too oily right now. And I'm feeling kind of like a little sick, a little nauseated. Ooh, that's not the right choice. Even though maybe last Tuesday it was a perfect choice. But today, right now, when I imagine it, I get like no way. That's not going to work for me. So, but when I imagine a big, huge, healthy salad, and I imagine there's like maybe walnuts and cranberries and maybe a really nice ranch dressing, and I imagine this and I think about it, and my mouth is starting to water. So I'm just imagining this, and I don't have these choices before me for real, but I'm telling you, when I can imagine and visualize really well, because I've done this for years, and then I imagine this and I think how that be in my body, now I'm feeling a rush of energy. I'm feeling my body breaking down the vitamins and the minerals, especially the minerals in the spinach. And I'm seeing like this rush of awesome energy and high vibrational energy. And I think an hour from now, I'm a little slightly hungry, but I'm still satisfied. All right. Well, that's better than indigestion. So there's my choice. Now, Christy Marie Sheldon, she has some amazing programs on Mind Valley Academy, and I've taken a couple of her programs. They're expensive, but they're very, very thorough and very good. And her energy is incredible, by the way. And one of the things that she said in one of her programs is she was talking about if you're out and about and you're looking at maybe two things to buy, and we'll just say in this case it's a scarf. So say, the nights are getting a little cooler and you don't have a decent scarf to wrap around your neck, and well, what scarf do you need? And you're looking at two different scarves, and say one is kind of a black wool scarf and one is a white silk scarf, and you're like, okay, all right, how am I going to do this? So you do the same thing. Okay, you look at the scarf and you feel the energy of it. Okay, the black scarf, it feels actually kind of comforting, and it feels not at all itchy on my skin when I imagine wearing it. It feels comfortable. It feels kind of like a nourishing, and I feel like I could kind of fade into the background with this scarf, and I can feel really calm and also warm, and I'm not going to be disappointed. Now, when I look at the white scarf, I imagine, well, when I put on my neck at first, it's going to feel cool to the touch because it's silk, but then after a while, I can sense the energy of it. The way it feels on my neck, it feels a little strange. And then I imagine it goes, okay, it's a little cold, but it is warm, but it doesn't feel as nourishing. And it feels like it kind of fly off my neck at any time, right? So this is an exercise that I personally do. But Christy Marie Sheldon, her idea was you look at the scarves and you go, okay, I'm going to do muscle testing. Is this scarf going to make me profitable? Oh, I get a yes. Will people compliment me with the black scarf? I'm getting a yes. Will I like the black scarf? Yes. Will this scarf bring me money in my life? The answer is yes. Awesome. The white scarf idea, okay. The silk scarf, is this scarf going to bring me money in life? Yes. Will people compliment me on wearing the white silk scarf? Yes. Is it going to make me happy? Yes. Will I enjoy having this scarf? Yes. Will I regret it? No. So either way, I could go either way. But the one that brought me, what do I want? Do I want to stand out? Okay, boom, the white scarf. Do I want to fade back because I'm an introvert? Boom, black scarf. I'm thinking it's the black scarf. We'll come back for the white scarf next month if it's still available. That's how it works. It's oversimplified, just for the idea of the show and just so you guys can kind of get an idea of that. Now, what if you have two ideas of, okay, I could go bowling with my my friends who are pretty low key, or I could go to a party and, a lot of loud music and beer and, conversation. But what am I in the mood for? Ask yourself that first before you, feel out the energy of the two things. Okay. And then you think about bowling. Oh, it kind of feels pleasant, actually. That seems like a very valid choice. I think I would actually enjoy bowling right now. Yeah, all right. So, and I think about what, the sound of the pins. It's so satisfying when the pins get knocked down, and I kind of enjoy that. And the food's not half bad. It's not half good, but it's not half bad. All right. Well, what about the party? Well, they're not going to have food, and I'm kind of hungry. All right. Well, what else about the party? Well, I don't know anybody there. That could be emotionally uncomfortable. All right. But I might be in the mood to mingle, so that might be good too. So then you can kind of, figure it out from there. And imagine yourself the next day after bowling. I'm going to feel sore because bowling, it's exercise, picking up that ball. And if we go for like 2 or 3 games, that could be kind of stressful. And what do I need to do tomorrow? What about the party? I'm going to be sore in a different way. I might be hungover. And so which amount of sore do you want? And what kind of sore can you live with? And what are your plans for tomorrow? Well, if your plans were to go to a hot springs and sit in a hot tub, you might as well pick the bowling, because you're going to get your muscles fixed through the hot springs. Well, what about the other one? Well, it might make you sick to smell the hot springs. It smells like sulfur, right? So this is kind of how I make decisions. And I think, well, what's the highest vibrational? What's the highest vibrational between the thing? Is bowling high vibrational? And it is what it is, right? It's just bowling. But the people I'm going to be with, we're going to just sit around and talk about spiritual things. They're all in the ascension with me. They already know what's going on. We're going to have some really good talks. That's going to be good. Oh, I like that. What about the party? Well, everyone's going to be drinking. And entities too, attached to people who are alcoholics and unaware. I don't like that. And what about the energy of the people? We don't know. It's a wild card. I am in the mood to socialize with new people, but, well, I could take a chance, and there might be somebody there who also is ascending, but, and then you just kind of feel it out, and you could kind of put yourself ahead in time as well. This is where the hopping timelines things come in, because every choice you make, you hop a timeline. You make the best possible decision. You could even go with a Christine Marie Sheldon thing. Will this party make me profitable? Will I regret going to the party? No. Okay, I'll be profitable. And will people compliment me at the party? Will I feel good about myself at the party? Oh, no, I'm not. Wow. Well, yeah, I have gained a few pounds after the coronavirus for 7 months, and I've been in the house eating. Well, I don't look my best, and probably other people, I don't know, maybe I don't feel comfortable going to that party. But with my other friends, well, will they compliment me? Yeah, because you know what? They're going to notice my new black scarf. And they're not going to care if I gained a few pounds, because you know what? So did they. We're all in the same boat. They're putting on water weight because the cosmic energy's coming in. And they're not going to judge me because I know these people. And they know me. All right, so boom. There it is. Bowling. That's it. Bowling, and then the next day, hot springs. Perfect choice. That's how it works. Not that any of these scenarios for me in this moment are real, but these are the kinds of things that I think about. Like, how do I make a decision that is the highest vibration for myself? And you make yourself the highest vibration choice, and you're going to hop to the highest vibrational timeline. And that's going to be where you're going to meet things in time that are better for you. So maybe at the party you would meet somebody and have a brief relationship with them, but then it would end in heartache. Well, maybe if you avoided that altogether, you hop to the higher timeline, and now you're going to meet your twin flame faster. It kind of does work like that, because if you went to the bowling, not the bowling, but the party, and you met somebody and they were kind of like barely attracted to you, but they were drunk, so then you kind of, one thing led to another, and you end up having a little mini affair or a little whatever. Now you've put yourself off the path, and you've gone down to a lower energy timeline. It might be just a slight, little bit, the first timeline over to the left, and you wanted to go to the one to the right because that's the higher vibration. It's just very arbitrary. But if you make every single decision based on the energy, and you don't have to go through this massive process for every little decision, but you're going to start getting really, really good. Like you could look into the cupboard and you look at the jar of peanuts and you go, that's good. All right. Where do I feel my body? Kind of feel peanuts a little bit above my heart chakra. So that's pretty high vibration. And I think about cashews. Ooh, I'm actually feeling cashews in my throat chakra and a little bit in my third eye chakra. That's a higher vibrational energy. All right, well, I think it's cashews. That's a choice. And then maybe on another day you'll look in the cupboard and raisins. I kind of feel that in my stomach chakra. Oh, well, where do I feel peanuts today? Oh, it's in my throat chakra today. So between, those two, now I know the higher vibrational choice. Now you could combine the two. You're right. So, it's very simplified. It's not like you're going to hop a timeline based on eating cashews, okay? But you're going to start to feel it out, and eventually it's going to be subconscious. It's just going to be, this is how you roll. You think about something and you go, no, You think about something else, oh yeah, actually that's kind of nice. It feels good. And it's going to be so automatic and so quick that you're going to just be hopping up that high vibrational energy and hopping up to the higher vibrational timelines as well. And that's how it works. At least it's how it works with my current level of understanding. Maybe next week I'll have a different insight, but this is what I do every single time. And for you, it might be an electrical impulse that feels good, or for you, it might feel hot or cold. I have one where if I kiss somebody, if I think I have a romantic interest in somebody and I kiss them, I could tell you from the first kiss if it's going to work or not work. Immediately. If I kiss somebody and I feel neutral, it could go either way. And if I kiss somebody and it feels really warm and sexy and passionate and inviting, ooh, that's going to be a good relationship. And if I kiss someone and I feel like ice water is pouring down the center of my heart, that person is not meant for romance with me. Maybe just friendship. I have a friend that happened with. It was right after my marriage broke up, and we were talking, and I'm like, it's weird. For years we've known each other, and I've always just really enjoyed your company. And he's like, me too. And I'm like, this is going to sound really strange. We never considered this as a possibility because I was married, but now I'm not. So now I have a question. What if we kiss? What if we see if this could be something more? See if we feel anything. You've seen this in TV shows and movies. Oh, let's kiss and see if we feel anything. And sometimes the people will kiss and it's like, oh, actually, that's pretty cool. And then sometimes people will kiss and go, nope. And they laugh. But for me, it's energetic. I can feel if it's warm. It feels like hot maple syrup mixed with butter pouring over the best Belgian waffles. Like when I kiss someone, that's what it feels like. That kind of a comfort food that you just wake up to a Sunday morning with the most love in your heart for somebody, and then that's the meal. It's like, oh, so much better. And then when someone kisses me, it's the ice water. It's like, whoo, I feel like I've just hopped into an ice cold ocean. Like I just jumped into the lake. Or have you ever gone into the shower and the hot water cuts out and it's ice cold? That's what it feels like inside my chest. And I could tell. And then I've kissed people, it's just neutral. I don't have any opinion either way. It's like, I don't know. This could go either way. It could be like, the warm maple syrup feeling eventually. It could grow into that. Or it could grow into the ice princess feeling. It could grow into that direction as well. So, so you could use this with anything. What blanket should I use for my bed? I need to choose a blanket. I'm going to buy one. Which one's going to be the best one? Take yourself through the scenarios and feel the emotion, feel from your emotional body, feel from your mental body, think from your mental body, but put that one aside. Just feel with the emotional body first. And then the spiritual body, is it going to be warm and inviting? I like skulls, angel of death. So I like skulls, and I like the gothic stuff. I don't decorate with that too much. I did just buy a couple pillowcases for $2 that are like, the square pillowcases, and they come and you could put a pillow in them. I'm going to put my pajamas in them. I know it sounds weird, but it's like I don't have a place to keep my pajamas. I wear my pajamas for 3-4 days and then I change them out. I don't want to put my pajamas on the floor or just on, or just messy and cluttered. So I want to fold them up neatly like the Virgo I am, shove them inside my skull pillow. And now that's my pillow. And during the day I've got a pillow, and then at night, I got my pajamas. I know I'm strange, but this is what I do. This is my idea. And plus it's my excuse for buying the pillow covers, right? That I really like. But, if you have a couple things with skulls and they have roses on them, it's kind of pleasant and cute, and the skull looks like it's smiling. And I like the imagery of skeletons and skulls, not only because I love Halloween, but I met a man, Rusty Smith. He is a chiropractor in Santa Barbara, and he is one of the scariest mofos I've ever seen in my life. When I first met him, I didn't want to meet him. I didn't want to talk to him. I was terrified of this guy. I was a teenager. I was 19, and I was like, God, this guy, I can't, I was just like, no, this guy, he scares the crap out of me. But I couldn't stop staring at him. And eventually I realized it's because he has a super high vibration. But this guy he had earrings. I think he had tattoos. His head was shaved on one side, but the other side of his head was long curly black hair. There's something about him. He was muscular as hell. And I was like, there's no way this guy's got a job, right? I'm looking at this guy, and I was being judgmental. I was being a total, see you next Tuesday in my mind. Never out loud, but in my mind. I was a terrible person back then. And I look at this and I'm like, who is this guy? Who does he think he is? First thing I saw, said in my mind about him. Second time I thought, well, I wonder if he's gainfully employed. And then the third time I thought, I saw him, I'm like, maybe he owns his own gym. And then the first test came out, and he got the top score out of 40 students. And I'm like, what? This is human anatomy. This is a really freaking hard class. So now I know the guy's smart. And I'm like, okay, all right. I'll bite. I walked up to him, I'm all, hey. And he's all, hey. He just kind of looked at me suspiciously. And I noticed that he's got an earring that's handcuffs, and he's got an earring that's skulls, and his pants have skulls, and his shirt has skulls, and he's all about the skull. He's got a necklace of skulls, and I'm like, what the hell, I'm like, so, do you have a job? And he started laughing. He's all, yeah, obviously. And he was like, why? I'm like, I don't know. And I didn't want to say who the hell's going to hire you, right? I'm like, well, what do? Do you own your own gym or something? I'm like, what a snarky, rude ass thing for me to say to him. And he just started laughing, and he just was like, I am a chiropractor, and I have my own private practice, and it's actually pretty successful. I'm like, then what? Then that's not fair. No wonder you're getting A's, right? And all of a sudden my song and dance changed. And he was like, well, I have student loans that I don't feel like paying off. So when I take a couple classes, I could kind of stave that off for a few more years. And I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, yeah, I could keep going back to school for more and more and more, degrees and whatever. And I don't have to pay my student loans until I have enough money to pay them off. Then I'll just pay him off at once. All right. So he's smart. He's beyond gainfully employed. He's a businessman, and he's a chiropractor. Holy crap. No wonder he loves the bones and the skulls. He cracks bones for a living. He puts bones back into place. Oh, I like this guy. And then I noticed he had a really nice smile. And he had a higher vibration than I imagined. Once I got into his energy field directly next to him, I'm like, oh, he's got a really nice energy. I'm all, hey, do you know about meditation? He's like, yeah, I meditate every day. And then he also says, and I'm also a Chumash Indian, and I Native American, and I go on vision quests all the time, and I do the sweat lodges, and I, keep myself spiritually healthy. Why? And I'm like, I'm just curious. And he's like, why? And I'm like, well, I like to meditate too, but I'm new at it. He's all, oh, all right, cool. And he could tell that I was judging him at first. And then after a while, we got to talking more and more and more. And we ended up being very good friends. And he taught me a lot about myself. He was a perfect mirror reflection. So I could see just what I had been. I was a horrible person. But I felt bad. But now I look back and I love Rusty. I love him so much. I haven't talked to him in years, but he is one of the sweetest people I ever met. And he told me, I said, why, Rusty? Why with the skulls? You look so freaking scary. I mean, when I saw you, I thought maybe you're a criminal. Maybe you're a biker. Maybe you're in a gang. Maybe you're going to murder people on the weekends. I don't know what you are. I don't know what to make of you. You're always wearing skulls, and it freaked me out. Now I know you're a meditator and you're a good person. You're a Native American, but why the bones, man? And he said, because I've been discriminated against my whole life because I'm Native American. And when I became a chiropractor, it dawned on me that underneath the skin, underneath the surface of the skin, we are all the same. We are skeletons inside. And that is a point of equality for everybody. Everyone's the same underneath. And that's why, because of Rusty, I have always loved skeletons, skulls, anything to do with that. And especially when they seem to be smiling, the way that they're drawn. And I told this story to my kids, and my oldest draws skeletons and skulls all the time. And anyway, so that's why I'm into that. And then later I found out as the angel of death, but decades later, of course I like that, but but it was Rusty that actually helped me shape who I am today in a lot of ways. And a lot of the conversations we had, a lot of the things that were just incidental, and then just the cryptic things, he would look at me, kind of give me a side eye and say something really slick. And he knew he was planting seeds. He knew he was helping me formulate a better Elena. And I'm sure it was just like Elena 2.0 right after, I met him and knew him for years. And the more I think about him, the more I love this guy. And he was one of the coolest people in the whole world. And I'm grateful to have had him in my life. And I moved from Santa Barbara. I moved to LA, lost touch. I'm sure I could probably go look him up and if I ever go back to Santa Barbara, but I never really went back. So sometimes you have to move forward. Santa Barbara chewed me up and spit me out. It's one of those karmic cities that you're there, and then when she doesn't want you anymore, you're the hell out, man. And she kicks you out faster than an angry parent. But anyway, there's my story. And that's why I love skulls. But this is what I do, energetically. And I hope that you guys can learn how to hop the highest vibrational timeline, drop the judgments, drop the shame, the guilt, the anger, all that, just by cleansing your mental body, your emotional body, your spiritual body, and your physical body of the energy. Just clean that energy out. You can use earth, air, fire, or water could be the 4 elements that you use, and just use it as a visualization. You could physically do it in the shower. Just imagine that water is washing through all of your different bodies. You could stand on a hill somewhere in a park and let the air go through you, and imagine the air is cleansing you. You can imagine it going down into the earth. Fire, I don't recommend that one so much, but you could use sage smoke would be your fire to cleanse. Use the smoke, which is also kind of a fire-air combination, to cleanse your aura and your energy and all your different bodies. So there you have it. I don't want to forget this time to tell you the collective card of the day. So I asked God to send an angel. He sent Archangel Michael today to pull from the Rebel deck. And yet again, the first card that comes out is, it's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. Get your head out of your ass pronto. We just had this one. And it comes out again. And I'm like, this is unacceptable. We just had this one. God, you know what? I'm shuffling again. And then it came out a second time. So I'm telling you guys about it as it came out a second time. And it came out with this card, Rebel. Because fuck it. The other card that came out this week, those two came out again. So I'm like, look, I need to give my people something else because we've already heard these cards. It's only been 1 week, so can we please have a third card? And this is the card that came out. You're the shit. Don't forget it. That's true. You're the shit. Don't forget it. It means that you are very special. You're it, baby. Don't forget how special you are. All right, we're going to go over to spaceweather.com. I've got to grab my glasses. By the way, one of the ascension symptoms I keep forgetting to mention is eyesight going in and out. You see one day and everything's fine, and the next day you can't see a bloody thing. And not because your head's in your ass, but... But I mean, it's just the blurry vision. It's like vision's going in and out, and I see really good, and then an hour later I don't see a thing, and then the next, few minutes everything's fine, and my vision adjusts itself. I mean, I might need a chiropractor, actually. All right. Excuse me. Spaceweather.com. Here we go. Solar wind speed currently is 406.9 kilometers per second. We're still another day without a sunspot. 14 days in a row. We're still in solar minimum. So that's it. The Ulu neutron count is high, and we have gone up. So a lot more cosmic radiation today. It's gone up by 0.5% since yesterday. And the solar wind flowing from the equatorial hole, right on the center of the sun, is going to hit us on the 8th and 9th, so in about 4 days. Now, it might hit us faster if the solar wind speed picks up, but we're, 400, it's going to take about 4 days. And so that's, what's today? Today is the 4th, so 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that puts us at Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So expect the ascension symptoms to continue on those days. Now there's a really creepy picture of mammotus clouds on spaceweather.com. I want you guys to go check that out when you get a moment. Mammotus clouds look like just these hanging balls from the sky. It looks like, the first time I saw this, it scared the crap out of me. I thought we were under attack and there were cloaked spaceships and the whole world was ending. It freaked me the hell out first time I saw it. When my kids were really little, we're driving somewhere and it was the storm. We're on the edge of a storm, a really nasty thunderstorm. We're trying to get home or something, and I saw these clouds and my kids are like, what the hell? And I'm like, what the hell? We're looking at the sky going, this is crazy. But these are named for the resemblance to a cow's underbelly. It looks like a bunch of warts. It's disgusting, almost, and also creepy and weird. Anyway, they're saying here that researchers call this the mammotus clouds an intriguing enigma because they've not been studied as much as other kinds of clouds. They don't even know how they form. And yet, these kind of clouds are like pendulous lobes, and they've appeared in paintings as early as the 1500s. So they've been around for a long, long time. It's not a new phenomenon, but they're just really, really freaky. And so this picture is here, and you can click on the link and it'll take you to an article about mammatus clouds with a lot more pictures. If you've never seen them, it's worth checking out because they're so strange. Anyway, all right. According to NASA's all-sky cameras in the all-sky fireball network, there were 19 fireballs reported over the United States. 17 were sporadic, and 2 were alpha Aurigids. I don't even know what that means. I mean, it's like from where it's coming from, but where is that from? Aurigid. That's strange. Aurigids. But these were very rapidly flying fireballs. You could tell because they have a little diagram here, and the blue ones go faster. So it's like it shows the orbit, and when the orbits are shown as blue, they're much faster than the red ones. There was no red ones today, only one yellow one, but a lot of green ones and a lot of blue ones. The red ones are the slow ones. Just like in cosmology, in astronomy, when you see a star in the sky and it's blue, that's a super hot star. When you see a star in the sky that's red, that's a very cold star. It's the opposite of what we imagine, like, hot and cold water. Hot water is always red, cold water is always blue, because fire is red and ice is kind of bluish. So I don't know why that's the way it is, but that's the way it is. So it's like the opposite of what you would imagine, but it is what it is. All right, according to the Heart Math Institute, they have no information. But according to disclosurenews.it on the Schumann resonance, this is what they said for today. The anomaly is over. Thank God, right? It seems that the data reported in the period from 23 UTC time on the 2nd of September all the way to 3 a.m. UTC time on the 4th of September were not as valid as they were removed. Were not valid as they were removed. It is possible that the last available data have been looped as default in case of interruption of the updated data flow. What the graphs are showing now, at least for the last 4 hours of valid data, is a dip in frequency from the base value of 7.83 hertz to 7.37 hertz. Oh, that's creepy. What the hell's going on? And they say which occurred at 6 a.m. UTC time, and this triggered fluctuations in quality and a peak in amplitude at 6:30 a.m. UTC time, which reached 23 hertz frequency. So then they say again at the 1700 hour, in the 14 hours that the data were available, we see the amplitude peak reported earlier and just few other slight movements. And then the frequency returned back to the base value as far as the update's concerned. So that's really strange, isn't it? It's usually much higher, and we don't know what's going on with all the other cities, so we can't really accurately or scientifically make a guess. We just can't. So anyway, there you have it. That's what's going on. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break, guys, and when I come back after the next message, I'm going to read to you the Earth Changes report, and we're going to get into some really crazy news stories, hopefully. We're going to check out the weird news. I think on, was I going to the Mirror this time or the Metro? I think Metro out of the UK. Just going to read the headlines and hopefully give you guys a laugh or two. And that's it. I'll be right back after this message. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's high time you did. It is the absolute easiest way to make a podcast. First of all, it's absolutely free. Second of all, they have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. You guys have known that I've been doing this for 8 months using the Anchor.fm app right on my cell phone, and I have done it everywhere, right? I have recorded this in my living room, my bedroom, little cafes in Quito, Ecuador, all over Cuenca. It's so absolutely easy to make your podcast, and editing is just a snap. Anchor also will distribute your podcast for you, and it took me about 2.5 months to become syndicated, and now I'm available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more, and so can you. You can make money from your podcast also, and there's no minimum requirement. You get paid from your very first listener. It is everything that you need to make a podcast all in one place. So please, if you are interested in making a podcast of your very own, do not hesitate to start with Anchor. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today.
We can make a difference in our own small way.
Just one small change, we can do that today. Our mind's getting bigger while the world's getting smaller.
But saving the earth's becoming a tall order.
From the minute you awake from your nightly nap,
You can make little changes like turning off the tap.
while brushing your teeth in the bathroom.
You can cycle or walk your way to the classroom.
Cut down the fuel you used to get to school.
Pile in, let's cancel.
In your lunchbox, cut down the plastic. See, these things aren't too drastic. Spread the word, get vocal.
Make it go global.
When buying food, stay local.
Never mind the dishwasher, do it by hand.
But I hate washing up. Ah, come on, it's grand.
Just one small change in the little things we do. We'll show you how, and now it's up to you. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. Since we found out the earth was sick,
We knew we had to do something quick. The earth is our family and our friend.
we need to mend it before it ends.
This is our home, so don't destroy it. Everyone should do their bit. Ice caps melting, seas getting high. Homes will be flooded, polar bears will die. The sun's getting hotter, the rain won't fall. I'm afraid we won't survive at all. Recycle the plastic, please, it's free.
You don't want that ending up in the sea. It's like people use this planet as a bin. Pick up your trash, that's where you begin.
Temperature is rising, we are realizing. We must act now, there's no compromising.
Just one small change in the little things we do. We'll show you how, and now it's up to you. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. If you cut down flowers and trees, you contribute to the mass extinction of the bees. Think of the creatures that don't have a say. There has to be a better way. There's no higher being to save the earth. We've got to do something before we get hurt.
At school, we know what to do.
But my question is, do you? Just one small change in the little things we do. We'll show you how, and now it's up to you. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. Just one small change in the little things we do. We'll show you how, and now it's up to you. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth.
I don't know about you guys, but I just get such a thrill listening to the Capaboy National School in Ireland, and those kids made that rap themselves. I'm just so proud of them. I just every Friday I have to hear it. It just like Chucky B. He is so cute. They're all adorable. They're all talented, and it makes me happy. I dance to that song every week. I hope you guys like it. It's just such a good reminder of what's going on in the world. And it makes me happy that these kids are so aware. They're so aware and they want to do something. And that was such a sweet project. Their teacher, put them up to it, of course. But they did good. They did good at the lyrics, right? Anyway, I don't always remember to mention the Kappa Boy School, but there it is. And I told them, I put on their website, on YouTube, on their channel, I did tell them, look, this is going to be in the beginning of my Earth Changers report every week, just so I could promote you guys. And so they do the Kappa Boy School. I don't know if you want to follow them or not. It's they don't have very many postings, but yeah, it's cute if you want to go listen to it. Maybe it gives them a little bit of money. I don't know if it's monetized, but they did go viral a while back, so it might be monetized, might be giving the school some money, which I don't even know if anyone's even in school anymore, right? And speaking of school, Chico State, people went back to school, and when they went back to school, the coronavirus cases went up. And I used to live right next to Chico State campus. And it just makes me sad, it just, man... it's like we try so hard to get back to our lives with the coronavirus, and we didn't do the numbers yet, but we're going to first go to watchers.news, because that's like the big, the praise that we need to pray. If you want to, you don't have to, of course. I say have to, but for me, I feel an obligation. My fellow humans, they need my help. I'm going to pray for them. So that's why I do the Earth Changers report every week, by the way. So if it's, rains and mudslides, let's send them sunshine and love. And we send love all the time to everybody. But if people are having fires, let's send rain. It's just pretty much how I look at it. When it comes into our energy field of awareness, it's time to at least ask God for help and imagine and visualize the thing that the people need. So it's just one way that we can give back, and it doesn't cost a dime, right? So the scientists have discovered there are pyroclastic deposits on the moon. If you want to read the article, I'm not going to read it, but it's on watchers.news. So I guess there has been volcanic activity. They say it comes from deep within the magnetic magma crust. I don't know what the hell began with an M. Now I can't remember. Not the magnetic crust, or the basically it goes very, very deep inside the moon. So that's very strange. I didn't even know that there were volcanoes on the moon, and they're probably dormant now, but that's very odd when you think about that. I mean, I thought it was a floating rock, and I've heard that it was an artificial satellite from some places, including Richard Hoagland, who said there was a sound of ringing when the astronauts landed on the moon. Of course, now the whole Hollywood faked the moon landing scenario, I don't know what to think about that. I think that they really went to the moon, but I also think that it's possible that they didn't really... that they filmed it in Hollywood in case it didn't go well, which is kind of funny when you think about it. Richard Hoagland's got a lot of theories about it. I recommend him too. He's got a YouTube channel as well as his own show, his own podcast. He's a very interesting man. Anyway, all right, so the next thing, the new equatorial wind patterns have been observed in Antarctica and revealed new connections in global circulation. I guess, of the wind. So that's interesting. I'm also not going to read that, and it's also not really Earth changes so much, but it's very, very interesting. I like reading about the science of our world, but we don't have time to read every interesting scientific article for the show. But if you want to read it, go ahead, watchers.news, and it's on page 2. Hurricane Laura aftermath. Okay, here we go. We got to send some love over to the Caribbean. There's been widespread destruction across the U.S. Gulf Coast and the Caribbean. 54 people have died from Hurricane Laura. So let's just send some love and light while people are burying their dead this week. There was a shallow 6.5 earthquake that hit the central mid-Atlantic ridge in the ocean. So it didn't affect people, but it did affect the earth. I just sometimes, do you ever feel like the earth's just breaking apart, just breaking up? There's another story later we're going to get to, and you're going to maybe start questioning reality like I've been doing since I started looking at these. Typhoon Maysak. What kind of a name is that? Maysak. I don't know. Maysak. Maysak. Typhoon Maysak has, it probably already has, okay, because this is from the 31st of August. It was approaching Okinawa, Japan, on its way towards the Korean peninsula. So we got to send not only sunshine to the Caribbean and the Gulf Coast, but also to Asia, the Korean, areas, and also Japan. When I say the Korean areas, I mean North and South Korea. I saw a hilarious t-shirt, though, just to tell you guys on Wish. I laughed so hard. It says North Park, like South Park, and instead of Carmen, it's Kim Jong-un. Oh, it's so funny. It's such a funny t-shirt. Anyway, I was laughing at that today. I saw it today. Anyway, series of coronal holes have sparked geomagnetic storming. We talked about this a couple days ago. Yeah, a lot of solar wind just hit us, just bombarded us for like 3 days. And now it's we're taking a break, and we're not going to get hit by solar wind again for 4 days. So much solar wind. All right. Severe storms with giant hail and tornadoes have hit northern Italy, and it's left at least 4 people dead. Oh my God. Tornadoes in Italy. Have you guys ever heard of tornadoes being in Italy before this year? I never have. Now, that might mean that I'm ignorant of the fact that maybe they've always been there. Or it might mean that tornadoes are brand new in Italy. I don't know. Are you guys from Italy? Have you ever been there? If you are listening from Europe, let me know if tornadoes have ever hit Italy before this year, because that doesn't seem right. The tropical, storms hitting England, locusts hitting England, or maybe they didn't hit England. They hit the Mediterranean. These things don't seem normal for me. They don't seem right to me. I don't know what to make of it, other than, it's the end of the world as we know it. Anyway, let's send some love and sunshine to northern Italy. 14 million acres of crops have been affected by powerful derecho in Iowa, U.S. Derecho means right. What? Okay, look, I gotta go to this. I don't even know what this means. The first time I heard this word was when someone said he wants to be amigos con derechos conmigo. He's like, I want to be friends with rights. That's how they say friends with benefits here in South America. That's how I learned the word derecho. So I'm like, what? It doesn't mean, right, going to the right. It means rights, like, what the hell does this mean? I'm reading it now. Okay. 5.6 million hectares, or 14 million acres, of crops in Iowa have been battered by a powerful derecho. What the hell is a derecho? It still doesn't say. It struck parts of the Midwest. Okay, here we go. They're saying that a powerful line of severe thunderstorms are known as a derecho. They just don't know Spanish in Iowa. What? Producing widespread straight-line wind damage. Holy man. What? The estimated wind speed was 140 miles per hour. Holy crap. That's 225 kilometers per hour for the rest of the people listening from the rest of the world. Everyone in the whole wide world knows metric except for people in my country and me. But 140 miles an hour, oh my God, 225 kilometers per hour. It caused extensive damage to an apartment complex in Cedar Rapids. Well, you know what? Let's send those people some love and light, and hopefully some emotional healing can take place quickly. Straight line winds of this magnitude are like an EF3 tornado. And so 14 million acres of crops in Iowa were affected by the event, according to Secretary of Agriculture Mike Naig. He said the corn was severely damaged, as well as soybeans. So that's got to be heart-wrenchingly sad for the farmers there in Iowa. So let's send them some love and light, and I don't know, calmness. I don't know how to stop the wind. I mean, with rain, too much rain, we send the sun. If it's a fire, we send the rain. What do you send when it's wind? I always, I guess energy of calm. Oh my God, I've never heard of a derecho. Just only in Spanish. En español solamente, no sé por lo otro. Yeah, I just don't know. For the other thing, I just don't know. Anyway, there's an asteroid going to fly by the Earth at 0.32 lunar distance. That's a little uncomfortable. A little bit close. Makes me think of the song by Sting and the Police. Don't stand so close to me. Don't fly so close to me. That's pretty crazy. But we'll be okay. It's not gonna hit us, but it's gonna come awfully close. All right. So there was a strong and shallow earthquake in the Chagos Archipelago region in the Indian Ocean. It was a 6.2 earthquake in the ocean. So, but okay, here's some people we need to pray for. In Chile, in the Atacama Desert, a strong and shallow 6.8 earthquake hit. Wow. All right, we're going to have to send them some love and light over there. Not a lot of people, I don't think, live there, but let me see. I'm going to go and see if it affected people. I think that not a lot of people live in the Atacama Desert. Let's see. There are 72,000 people living within 62 miles of there. But there is no tsunami threat from the earthquake, thank God, right now. That's good. I mean, there was a green alert for shaking-related fatalities and economic losses, but there is a very low likelihood of casualties and damage. That's what I was thinking, because not a lot of people in that region, directly in that desert. So, yeah, wow, okay. All right, well, let's see where we're at. I'm like backtracking now because I went to the articles. I'm hoping. There we go. A violent storm has now hit Mallorca, Spain. with large hail and a damaging tornado. Another tornado in Europe. Seriously, I really need to know if this is something that's normal or if this is just the new normal. Let's send them some sunshine. Let's send sunshine over to Spain. And I mean, just while we're at it, we just send, a lot of love and light to people in general. There is an amazing app that I found called the Transcender app. I'm not going to do a review right now, but if you want to check out something cool this weekend, the Transcender app, and it has a picture of the Earth as it's rotating, and you can imagine love and light, and you can imagine it for 5 minutes up to 6 hours, just sending light codes to the Earth, and it gives a huge list of light language, light codes. So you can send whatever positive vibration you want. You could even pinpoint it to your city or your house, even your address, if you just wanted to send it to yourself. But if you want to send it to the whole wide world, and it shows you, the visualization is really incredible. The Transcender app. I'm trying to get in touch with the owner or the developer. If I could get him, it would be really incredible if I could get him to come on the show and give us an interview. All right. There is a weekly volcanic activity report. Well, let's go see what's going on. I haven't talked about volcanoes in a while. There are new volcanoes this week. There's only 4. So, ongoing volcanoes, 19. At any given time, I think it's about 21. So we're probably a little bit higher than normal on the volcanoes popping off right now. We have 23 going off right now. So the new activity and unrest is in Sinabung, Indonesia, and in Java, Eastern Java, Raung, also in Indonesia, Manam, Papua New Guinea, and the Langila, New Britain. They named a volcano New Britain, and well, that one's erupting in Papua New Guinea. So, and ongoing volcanoes are Aira, Kyushu, Japan, Asosan, Kyushu, Japan, Dukono in Indonesia, Ebeko in Russia, Fuego in Guatemala. Wow. Yeah, Fuego's been super active. When I lived there, I kept expecting it to go off for 9 months. Kept waiting to see that volcano go. And I saw some lava come out a little tiny bit, and I saw just a little puff of smoke here and there, but nothing major. And it erupted in a big way right after I left. Isn't that always the way? Murphy's Law, right? So I really wanted to see it, because it's interesting, but yeah, it didn't do it. So Fuego, huh? So Ibu in Indonesia, Irazu in Costa Rica, and in Papua New Guinea, also Kadovar, in Karamiski in Russia, Karinsi, Indonesia, Nishinoshima, Japan. Pacaya is going off in Guatemala also. Oh my God. Pacaya. Ooh. I did not know that Pacaya was going off. Popocatépetl, Mexico. Rincon de la Vieja in Costa Rica. Sabancaya in Peru. Wow, I did not know about that one either. Santa Maria in Guatemala. Wow, Guatemala's getting a lot of volcanic activity right now. And Chevaluk in Russia. Suwano Sajima in Japan. There, and again in Costa Rica, Turrialba. Lots in Japan, Costa Rica, Guatemala, and a few over in Russia. Lots of Indonesia and in Japan. So we're having a little bit more volcanic activity than normal. It's not, I don't think it's anything to be concerned or alarmed by, because we are in a volcanic active world. It's what's created some massive things. Let's see. They do have where are we at here? We do have a article here about the grand solar minimum that's going off right now, and it does have implications for the entire planet, including the planet is cooling down. What does that mean? Well, we better get some more damn blankets, and we might go into mini ice age. It's been something we've been kind of expecting, right? For like 30 years. It's like, yeah, we kind of do. It does happen on the planet. We're kind of due for a mini ice age, and global warming usually leads to a mini ice age, and we staved it off as long as we could with all the carbon dioxide emissions and all the pollution. But guess what, guys? We're in a modern grand solar minimum. They say from 2020, yay, it's because of this year, all the way through 2053, and it leads to cooling and important implications for the entire planet. So I think we're headed for a mini ice age. I really, really do. So in South Korea, typhoon Maisak or Maysak. This may suck. I don't know. This typhoon has made landfall near Busan in South Korea. So let's send them love and light. I've been really getting into Love Alarm. I don't know if you guys have seen this on Netflix. It's a K-pop show, baby. It is a Korean drama, and it's about the implications of having an app that tells the world your feelings. So when you go near somebody that you love, their love alarm will ring. And it's really, there's a lot of, it's kind of discovering and delving into the social implications of such an app. It's very interesting. Anyway, let's send a lot of love and light to South Korea. And by light, I mean sunshine. Let's send sunshine their way. Hurricane Nana has made landfall in Belize, which is just north of, it's on the Caribbean side, just north of Guatemala. Belize is owned by the British still. There's some strange, effed up things going on in that country, but let's send them love and light. Nana. Who names the hurricane Nana? Here comes Nana, better watch out. I mean, that's what you call a grandma. I mean, well, I've known a couple of Nanas in my life that just, yeah, they're like a hurricane. So, okay. It made landfall. So let's send them sunshine and a lot of love in case something happened. There was a very bright fireball that streaked across the sky over Canberra, Australia. I'm sure that if you want to come to watchers.news, you're going to see a little video of that. Haitian, Haishen, not the way you'd spell someone from Haiti. Haitian becomes the season's first super typhoon with landfall expected in South Korea. Oh my gosh. South Korea. Let's send them a lot of love, man. Now this was really bad. Dozens of people have been killed in Nepal during the biggest disaster of the year, natural disaster. I read the article earlier, and it's just lots of landslides, lots of rain. There's so much mud everywhere. The police are going around with shovels just digging into the mud to look for bodies. That's how bad that is. We need to send a lot of love and healing energy, just a lot of love and light and a lot of sunshine to Nepal. God bless Nepal. I mean, it's a lot of spiritual, high vibrational people there, so they're going through a hard time. Excuse me. Let's send them a lot of love and light, okay? I'm going to pause this for a minute because I forgot to queue up the coronavirus news. Hold on. All right, guys, so I am on worldometers.info. That's where I look up the coronavirus information, and we don't know if this is really accurate. I mean, this is as accurate as possible, but with all the testing that's been really not that accurate, giving a lot of false positives. We don't really know what the hell's up with this. Possibly next week I'm going to give you guys a way to legally refuse without looking crazy, the shot, because I'm not going to fucking get it. I don't know what's in it. Nanobots, nanotechnology, what the hell's in it? They just sent out mosquitoes with all the CRISPRs, which means the first offspring born to the female mosquitoes for this season are going to die. They're never going to reach maturity, supposedly, and Bill Gates is behind it. And he has ties to the coronavirus as well. I don't want to trust it. I just don't trust it. I just don't have any confidence whatsoever in this. So it's just creepy. So coronavirus numbers are this. Probably if you're hearing this next week, we will have already hit 27 million coronavirus cases in total. That's a lot. Right now it's at 26.7, almost 26.8 million. Deaths from coronavirus, 878,958. That means that almost 19 million people have recovered. Now, active cases right now, there's only 1% in serious or critical condition. Out of the currently infected patients that are active, over 7 million people have this disease. And 6.9 million are in mild condition. And only 60,000 are in that 1%. 60,966 are in critical condition. So let's send them love and light and healing energy. Now, out of the closed cases, this is the important one. What percentage of people die from it? Remember, a few months back, it was 21%. Oh my God, we were panicking, weren't we? That number kept going up, up, up. Well, guess what? Only 4% of all of the cases that were known or reported, 4% have died. That means 96% of the people have lived. So that's good. All right, let's go to some of these other numbers here, and then we'll get into the fun part of the show, the fun part of the week. In the United States, 6.3, almost 6.4 million people have had coronavirus. 192,111 deaths in the United States from coronavirus. That's freaking unacceptable. Over 192,000 deaths. I remember at the beginning of the week, they were saying 160,000 had died. Oh my God. So, I don't know. I mean, that's scary. Over 15,000 people are in critical condition right now in the United States with coronavirus. The second biggest number of people with the virus is in Brazil, followed by India, and Brazil and India are practically neck and neck, Brazil having 71,000 more cases. Russia has a little bit over 1 million cases. Peru has 676,000. Colombia has 650,000 cases. And, you know, you could go check it at worldometers.info if you want to check out all the others. The UK, they have 342,000 cases. Saudi Arabia, 319,000. I don't know. Canada has only 131,000 cases total. Well, that's good. They did something right. You know, they really did. They did something. I think because the president's wife got it early on, he was like, nope, let's just quarantine. I think that might be what happened, you know. When it affects you personally, then you realize how scary it is. Although he's a smart person, as opposed to the United States president. There's a reason why they call him Cheeto Head, not just because of his orange hair. And, I mean, orange spray tan. You know, it's like, there's a reason. I'm looking for, on here, I'm looking for Ecuador. Let's see, Nicaragua only has 4,600 cases. That's good. I mean, it's not so high, you know. Cuba only has 4,200 cases. Thailand has 3,400. You know, I'm looking and looking. I know that Ecuador's got to have at least 10,000. So I'm looking. We should be in this section over here. Kind of towards the bottom, but also, I don't know why. I think they just stopped testing people, honestly. I gotta look. Maybe I'm gonna try and do a search engine for it. Anyway, yeah, it's weird. I can't find. Why are we not there? Maybe we're up there more. I don't know. Bolivia, though. Let's send love and light to Bolivia. They're very, very poor country, and they have 119,000 cases. 800 today. 799 today. They've had 55 people have died from it today. Let's send them love and light. Oh, here we go. We're right under Bolivia. Ecuador, 117,000 cases total. We've only had 6,674 deaths. And where's Peru? Peru's way up there, right? They've had 29,000 deaths. Wow. 20,000 deaths in Colombia. Wow. In Spain, remember, they were such a big deal way back, and now they've only had 517,133 cases and 29,000 deaths. That's still pretty bad, man. Well, let's just send love and light around the world when it comes to coronavirus. It's really scary, and I'm really sad about it. But we are getting ready here in Ecuador to not have a quarantine anymore after 7 months exactly on the nose. I mean, that's just crazy. All right, let me see what we have as far as time. All right, well, we got about 20 minutes. We can talk about crazy news. Hopefully this will cheer us up, right? All right, so well, this is fun. I'm just going to talk about the headlines, you know, and if something seems particularly funny, we'll probably try to read the article. So, a woman's neck was sliced open with a sword during a Viking reenactment. She was dressed in Viking clothing, and she was hit on the neck by a man who was practicing his moves. Ooh, that's not a good move to make on a woman, sir. Oh my God. So let's send her love and light. Damn. Ex-boyfriend takes a bizarre revenge, asking people to pretend to be Chewbacca. He claimed that the person who gave the best impression would win $100 as an incentive to get people phoning up and shouting, "Rah, rah, rah." No, that's not how he goes. Rah! Okay, I can't do Chewbacca. See, I would not win the $100, damn it. Can you imagine that at all hours of the day and night? Getting Chewbacca calls? That's the revenge he takes on his ex-girlfriend. I mean, if I was her, I'd just unplug the phone, but also it'd be kind of funny. I'd probably have to hear people's Chewbacca calls. I would probably get in on it and make it fun. But that's crazy. A woman catches Amazon driver mid-squat pooing in her garden. Well, that's a delivery nobody wants to receive. That's what it says. Oh my God. Amazon. I mean, first I was getting kind of insulted. Like, I live next to the Amazon jungle. What are you talking about? No, they mean the company. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. That one's not nearly as bad as this next one, guys. All right, we're gonna have to read this one. This is just too insane. A beer company, a brewery in Western Canada was forced to apologize after unwittingly naming a beer product. Oh my God, you guys. I mean, this is... After naming their beer product after the Maori word for pubic hair. This is insane. Hell's Basement Brewery, you don't say, in Alberta, Canada, started making and marketing their beer, Huru Huru. It's a New Zealand craft ale. They started making it last year. And the brewery picked up the name, though, because they understood the word to mean feather or fur. Well, that sounds like a very strange thing to name a beer. And they have a picture of a Maori, slightly-ish Maori design. So cultural appropriation much? So they, okay, but Te Hamua Nikora, a Maori living in New Zealand and well-known former TV personality. He said that the word huru huru also has an altogether different meaning for the Kiwi indigenous community. He says, yes, I do know that huru huru means feather, fur, and even hair of the head. He wrote in a Facebook post on August 1st, I know this, but it is most commonly used as hair from a person's privates. Nikora called out the Canadian brewery as well as a leather shop in Wellington, New Zealand, which also adopted the name Huru Huru. He said he had contacted both the store and the brewery, informing them of their mistake and asking for non-Maori businesses to own their own language. Use their own language to promote their products. Yeah, exactly. It's cultural appropriation, misappropriation. He says if you're selling leather, call it leather. Don't call it pubic hair unless you're selling pubic hair. And don't call beer pubic hair unless you make it with pubic hair. Both companies have now apologized after being accused of, yes, cultural appropriation. Exactly. Hell's Basement co-founder Mike Patriquin told news site RNZ that the company thought huru huru meant feather, and they didn't realize it was a reference to pubic hair. We did not realize it. We didn't realize the potential to offend through our artistic interpretation, and given the response, we will attempt to do better in the future. He said it's not the company's intent to infringe upon, appropriate, or offend the Maori culture or the people in any way. To those people who feel disrespected, we apologize. We also do not think pubic hair is shameful, though we admit it may not go so well with beer. Okay, and pretty much they had the same response from the Wellington leather store. They thought it meant wool, feather, or fur. And they did get approval for the name from the Intellectual Property Office and the Maori Advisory Committee. And they do not have the money to undergo a rebrand, so I guess they're just going to be known as the Pubic Hair Store. That's really funny, man. I mean, if you drink enough beer, you might get to see somebody's pubic hairs, but that's a whole nother level, man. Oh my God. Okay, well, there's that. Yeah, some of these stories are just totally crazy. Let's see. A zombie horror show has been helping people unwind from the stresses of the pandemic. Yeah, because everyone knows lying in a coffin is the best way to escape the existential dread. That's what it says. Oh my goodness. Okay, police found a penguin waddling in the road, and they picked him up in Nottinghamshire. Wow. Oh, poor little penguin. A pensioner has driven his mobility scooter on a busy motorway, which caused a massive traffic jam. He was 88 years old and was filmed slowly scooting along in the fast lane without his lights on. Well, that's par for the course. GP surgery confused for hot and sexy sauna club in a phone number mix-up. Oh, whoa. Well, that would be fun. So, I guess calls from Aspen Medical Practice in Gloucester appeared to come from an adults-only sauna 150 miles away. Oh, that's really strange. So when they call to make an appointment with you, can you imagine how funny that would be? Well, I don't really want an appointment with you. Yes, but we had to set this up. No, we didn't. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine the conversation? Oh, that's crazy. I'm not going to get into that one, but if you want to read these articles, metro.co.uk, these are all coming out of the UK today. Gardner has set a new speed record on the back of his homemade wheelbarrow. He's calling it the barrow of speed, and he thinks he could even take it a little faster. He's wearing a tracksuit. This is hilarious, this picture. That's crazy. All right. A daredevil duck races cars down the motorway at 60 miles an hour. And they say this duck clearly had places to be. So the duck was just racing cars on the just bored, I guess. Very strange. Let's see. Some things I don't. Okay, this one's a odd one. A woman urinates while giving a homeless man oral sex on the street in the new normal Manhattan. What? I think that one's self-explanatory. We don't need to read the whole article, but that's the new normal in Manhattan. I bet that's called something. If you go to Urban Dictionary, what do you call it when you urinate while giving a homeless man oral sex on the street? I bet there's a word for that. That's crazy. These next two stories, the top two stories, are okay, first of all, pedophiles have been copying the Pizzagate conspiracy theory to find and share their child abuse. And so they've been using the emoji for pizza, a slice of pizza, and also the emoji for cheese. So there's two more emojis that have been ruined for us. Thanks, assholes. Don't use those anymore, guys. Doctors have pulled a 4-foot snake from a woman's throat after it slithered in as she was asleep. How the hell do you sleep through that? Seriously, how do you sleep through a 4-foot snake crawling into your throat? I'm not going to read it because ew, but did she live with the snake? Was it a pet? Did it just sneak in? That is creepy as hell. I'm glad she survived it. But that's crazy. That's really, really crazy. Okay, we have one more, and we're going to read this one. This might be the story that we end on tonight, guys. I'm pretty okay. This is a story I'm going to end on. All right, here it is, guys. Saddam Hussein has been put up for sale on Wish, and he's only going to cost you $15. Oh my God. Bemused internet shoppers had to do a double take after apparently being offered the chance to purchase the former Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein for the bargain price of 15 pounds British silver. The Wish store has been pushing the unusual sale heavily today, with hundreds of people reporting seeing an advertisement for the deceased leader on their social media feeds. Oh my God. A disheveled, bearded, post-invasion Saddam is conspicuously being listed for sale alongside Lego sets and Animal Crossing dolls and raincoats. Unfortunately for bargain hunters, the unprecedented interest had already pushed the price up of the long-serving president to 22 pounds by mid-morning, and after more than 10 were sold. What? The advert raised many questions on social media, including this quote from Nathan Vickery. He tweeted, "I can't believe the U.S. spent all that time going after Saddam Hussein when they could have just ordered him off the Wish for $20. Oh my God. The metro.co.uk. You've got to see this picture of Saddam Hussein. This is crazy. It literally just looks like you're going to buy the man. You're just going to buy him $20. He'll be at my house in 2 to 3 months because, slow boat from China and all that. Another person said, "Wow, these Wish ads are getting scarily accurate. I've always wanted my own Saddam Hussein." Others speculated what might happen if you were to take Wish up on the offer, and several said they're going to make the purchase just to see what the hell it is. Comedian Louis Costello joined in, tweeting, "Great morning shopping on Wish. I've just secured a KFC onesie, a bow, an arrow, and former Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein. It should be a great weekend." Oh my God, the KFC onesie, that is hilarious. You guys, they do have KFC hoodies. If you look up KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, it's a massive picture of Colonel Sanders, and they even have pants to match, which is his face on your crotch. And his face again across your chest. Oh my God. I'm looking at this picture. It says "Shop now, Wish." It says $20. It's a picture of Saddam Hussein. What? And then it says that nobody, absolute nobody, nothing. It says, nothing. And then it says wish.com. And they say, "Here's some sexy cheerleader costume, a plush Kirby, and a framed stock photo of Saddam Hussein." So the advert is in fact listing a fine art print of Saddam, and it's being offered in 2 different sizes. Can you imagine putting that on your mantle, like it's one of your family photos? That'd be a hilarious joke, for real. That would be, and plus Halloween is coming up, and scary things. Oh my God. The description says, "Former Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein, following his capture, was reproduced on premium heavy stock paper, which captures all the vivid colors and details of the original, and is ready for hanging or framing," in case you've ever wanted to hang Saddam Hussein, I suppose. Anyone still interested in going ahead with the purchase faces a long wait for the gift. The delivery time will be between the 4th of September and November 8th. And it'll cost you £5 for postage and packaging. The San Francisco-based Wish store, which offers customers personal recommendations based on a somewhat unfathomable algorithm, has long held a bizarre reputation for its offerings. Memorable targeted ads in the past have included a bag of white powder, a cat blindfold. I love to see a person try to blindfold their cat. Oh, I don't think they would live through it. A USB pregnancy test. And leggings covered with unnerving images of Nicolas Cage's face. Yes. Yes. It is very unnerving. Some of the stuff I've seen with Nicolas Cage kills me. It's so funny. I mean, you can make an afternoon of it. Just, I'm serious. Hit the bong and then look at Wish. Look up Nicolas Cage on Wish. You will probably pee your pants laughing. It's that funny. Someone even started a Twitter account called Wish Weird Ads, which regretfully hasn't been updated since 2018. Oh, well, my son and I are talking about doing a show on this. I might do it. He might do it. I think he'll do it, but on YouTube, it's going to be hilarious. The company reportedly spends $100 million on Facebook every year, and they have 170 million products listed on the site. Sodom fans who miss out on the poster, they have a number of other products to choose from, including phone cases, t-shirts, and caps, all emblazoned with the face of the brutal dictator who was responsible for the deaths of 250,000 people. Yeah, and that part's not so funny. But it's a kind of hilarious way they make it like, oh yeah, we're just going to buy him for $20. Who wants a pin? Can you imagine like having that on your mantle? Can you imagine Christmas morning comes around, the kids are all cozied up by the fireplace, and the Christmas tree is all aglow with the beautiful lights, and all the presents are under the tree. And then someone comes over and, oh, here you go, Uncle John. This is for you. And he opens it up, and it's a frickin' 8x10 glossy photo in a frame of Saddam Hussein. What the actual fuck? What the hell? That is insane. That is a good place to end for the time being. I mean, it would be kind of funny. It would be like the weirdest, like, you know how people have like family photos up and down their, well, where's the bathroom? It's down the hall to the left, and between the living room and the hallway down the hall to the left, it's all family photos. My mom did it. My grandma did it. Almost everybody I've ever met, they have family photos in the hallway, right? Can you imagine, as a joke, if you just did like pictures of like dictators? It would just be like the most insane, like family portraiture type stylings. It would be insane, but I mean, for Halloween, I could see doing it for Halloween. Those are scary images, right? Of these people. Oh my God. I bet you could probably get leggings with his face on it. I bet if you look hard enough. Seriously, if you want to go to Wish, it's so funny to watch this. North Park, that's my favorite t-shirt so far this week. It was just so funny. Anyway, that's it, you guys. That's all she wrote for the week. I hope you've enjoyed Metaphysical Soul Speak, the podcast. I wanted to thank you. A couple of you shared my episode, I think from yesterday. A couple of you shared it on Instagram, and my numbers have gone up. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. I'm grateful. Every time you like, subscribe, favorite, and share, you're sharing the love, you're sharing the show, you're sharing the knowledge that I give every single week, and you're also helping me to stay afloat and helping me to always have the show going so that we could get more information out there and help more people, especially the newly awakening ones. The spiritually thirsty people need to hear the truth about the spiritual stuff and, occasionally the weird news on Fridays. All right, that's it, you guys. I will be back with all unique and original programming, just like always, on Monday, when we continue our reading of the very mysterious portal book called The Kybalion, and I have a story for you that might curl your hair. Might curl your hair on Monday if it's kind of scary. It's one of those really spooky stories I was going to tell you tonight, and I decided, nope, we're going to tell it on Monday. All right. Well, that's it. That's all. That's it for the day. Thank you for telling your Facebook groups and your Instagram followers and your tweets mentioning the show have been helping too. So thank you for helping me with the social media stuff. I cannot promote my own show on the Facebook groups. They kick me out. I tried, and they're like, they just either kick me out or they just refuse. They'll delete the post. So I really need the help to get the word out, and thank you guys so much for doing this for me. As well as, if you go to Higher Self channel on YouTube and just say, you guys should listen to Metaphysical Soul Speak, the podcast, it's amazing. You just, it's anchor.fm/metaphysical. I advertise myself on that sometimes, but it'd be cool if other people could go, hey, check out this. This is a cool podcast. Same topics. It'll help me out a great deal. They have like 500,000 subscribers. I only need 10,000 of them so that I could continue to do the show every single day forever. Well, Monday through Friday forever. Anyway, but thank you guys so much for helping me with that. And I will always come back and help you guys Monday through Friday. And so I'll be back Monday. I love you guys. I love you so much. I'm glad we're on the ascension journey together. We're raising our vibrations together, laughing our butts off on Fridays together. I am grateful that we are doing this as a collective whole. I hope you've been enjoying the collective card reading of the day. I will be getting that up probably in the next couple hours on Instagram. The pictures of the card of the day. Or the 3 cards of the day, as the case is today. So, well, there you have it. That's it. I might have to go eat dinner and then go buy a picture of Saddam Hussein. Because like I said, Halloween is coming up. All right, I'm signing off with peace and joy and the high vibes of the holy 5th dimension. Until next time, guys, peace. Metaphysical Soul Speak is run on sponsors and listener support. This means listeners like you. If you are so inclined to support my efforts and my little podcast, please visit me at anchor.fm/metaphysical and pledge an amount of your choosing today. Thank you.